Hi guys! Let me make sure all is well in the world. Okay, any birthdays I say as though I'm actually gonna be doing them. I had a moment of panic for like 5 seconds till I realized I moved all of this out. So in the previous video I started moving things, I started getting them out. Let me just maybe I must move that coffee thing. But yeah, let's go see if Robin's still here. Because if she let me actually put this here. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the goal of the hour is to try. Let's go with this one. Is to try our best at getting. Where? Oh, is to try our best. I'll collect these at getting all the stuff we need to make like clothing and stuff. Ooh. Based on the way it's designed, I'm assuming it's baby. It's a baby. What's name? I don't see the thingamajig on it, so I'm assuming that means that Robin's not in there. I'm assuming this is a baby shed. It is in fact a baby shed. Let's go to Robin. Let's go out tonight. Oh, I forgot to put this back. Yeah, I know logically there's gonna be what are those things called? Dried stuff. Oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it as what's name. I got so much money. Hi, Carman. How you doing, buddy? Understandable. I get that. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I'm trying to make sure that I have all the content to hand over to you guys because Holy Week is coming, and so then I'm gonna be very busy helping Kayla out with her shenanigans. You know, as a kind and loving sibling, as a kind and benevolent ruler. Oh, it's blackberries. I don't care. I don't care enough. Respectful. I have so much food. I have so much fruit and stuff. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take some of the stuff out of my inventory if I'm gonna be gallivanting in the mines. You bless you. How much do you need, Robin? Construct. Agreed. At one point I was cleaning that up. Put this back. Robin, can I just buy a bunch more wood from you? Let's just do that. Oh, let me also add stone. Let's just do that. I think that should be enough of everything. You know what, Robin? You know what, I'm kind. I'm in a kind and fair mood. I don't even know what the quest of the day is. The quest of the season is. Let's just go check. So yeah, so I decided to talk about because I've been trying to like figure out how I want to do my like my university stuff. Sure. I want to do like my university stuff. You know how I want to talk about it and all that. I've been trying to like figure out how I want to do that. And so, oh, that's it. Damn. Why do I have so much? Okay. Let's get all these things out. I don't know why you're in there. Let's just make sure all is well in the world. You plus you. I'm not. Yeah, I got so scared. Do I know when to hold him? Do I know? But yeah. So I guess this is technically it's technically university related. Okay, so as established, as I've like talked about in like previous, I saw those things are done. I'll get to it at another point. As like I've established, I have finished university now. Technically, I've finished university. I've got the thing that says you've completed it. I have yet to get my certificate, and so that's related to what I'm talking about right now. Because I am angry because okay, I'll see how much of this video starts, but how much I end up getting else because I think the university stuff is definitely going to be in parts. Like teaching practical is going to be its own thing. University in general, it's going to be its own thing. But currently, I'll figure out how much of this is going to be university, how much of this is not going to be university. Come here, you little bastard. Give me cloth. Give me pride. What do you call it? So I'll decide as it's what's the name. But yeah, probably then maybe the next couple of videos I'll talk about university related stuff. Whether or not it's what's the word? It's all gonna be like teaching because I think I got too much on my teaching practicals to talk about teaching practicals and university, like my gripes with university and like you know what? Sure, over here. And my gripes with my university in my and like teaching related stuff because this is technically related. So as established, I have finished my degree. I'm fully like finished now. Let me just eat this. I'm like fully finished now. I just need to get my like certificate. And then so I was like, and I mentioned this in my introduction video. But in order to teach in South Africa, you need to have a SACE certification. What SACE is, it's basically like South African Council. South African Council. I swear to God, if I die for South African Council of Educators, for educators, something like that. I'll put it up on screen when I what's the name. But so you have to like register with that. Oh, if only I was doing the prismatic shard thing for G. Oh, I forgot it actually does stop. I'm so used to playing it with multiplayer, and I forgot time actually does stop when you eat in here. Um, yeah, as I was saying, our main goal, you little, gotta go. Yeah, what do you call it? So, our main goal is getting cloth. So, these levels are the most important. Um, but yeah, so I have to like register with that, and so the you need like stuff obviously to register. You need like a copy of your ID. You certified. So certified, if I don't know if other countries do it, but certified for us is you go to a police station, or you get like Kayla can certify stuff, but because we have the same surname, her certification wouldn't count for me. But it's basically someone certifies and says yes, this is an actual document, this is not forged, and all we double checked, and also you take the original document plus the plus your like copy to the I went to the police station for this one, so I'll use the police station as my thing. To the police station, they go and then like yeah, that's the exact same copy of everything. Nothing's been altered, and all is well in the world. So you like have to what's name that a police check. For my fellow South African future teachers, you can now use Afri Switch. It's Afi Switch. Huru is what it's called. It's basically a police clearance, and but because I got told about that through my teaching practical people, in my something year. Was it last year? So the year before. It was one of my years. It was last year or the year before. I can't remember. And like and like even the Gallus people, she had to do because for safe church and all that to make sure no one's bad touching or abusing anyone, that they like are constantly asking for police clearances for police checks and all that. So what do you call it? There's a lot of like rules, which is great. That's amazing. So what do you call it? So she did it, and like her people accepted it. So also, I guess for any priests that need to do a police clearancey thing. Oh, okay. I must figure out what farm I got a prismatic frog. One of my farms, I got a prismatic frog, and I can't remember which one. Of course that happens. I think today's a good luck day. Oh, I forgot I have the dwarf thing. Any other takers? Any other buddies? Oh, what are you doing over there? But yeah, so I was like, oh, let me register. I've got my thing that's it. And so in order to register properly, you need your academic record. If you're not registering as a student, no student teacher, you need to have your academic record that says completed certification and all that. And so academic record is basically like a summary. It's your transcript and all. It's a summary of like all the modules you did, whether you passed the exams for them, how many credits they are, and all. So it's basically a whole summary of your entire like university career for those who haven't like finished their degrees or haven't done a degree yet, and all. This is what I mean. So I got so many. How did I get so many? Damn. What do you call it? So it's basically they asked for that. They asked for the academic. Well, the version that I got that my university gave me and all that the teacher practical people gave me for last year was, oh, you just need your ID, you just need your matric results, the proper matric results, the NSC results. So again, for the non-South Africans, the NSC is like your matric final year. Matric is your final year of high school, and so for your final year, you do exams set by the government. Basically, you want to do exams set by the government and all that. So that's national. So the NSC is National Senior Certificate. So you're doing exams set by the government because obviously they probably don't want any like schools cheating because there were like scandals. I remember the scandals. There were like scandals even with the no, this one buddy. There were scandals even with like all that, even with like the government papers. There's always like something going on. I think there was one that even happened last year with matric results, but that's neither here nor there. That's another what's the name for another day. So it's your final result. So you get a preliminary one at the end of your matric year. You get end of your matric year / the January of the year after, once you've gotten your things. So you get like a piece of paper that's like the preliminary one. That's just sort of like, here, just so you know your results, just so you know that you passed this and you're getting like, I got a bachelor's pass. I'll get back to you on the other types. There are other types of passes, but I got a bachelor's pass. Why do you keep swapping? Yeah, so I got a bachelor's pass and all that, so that's like the best one, I guess. I finished high school in 2018. So like I'm not remembering a lot of the specific stuff properly. Oh, wrong bomb, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm not remembering a lot of the specific stuff like properly, but I believe I'll put it up on screen. So, for extra information for the non-South Africans or for the people who are like, let's say a high schooler somehow stumbles upon my videos and doesn't know what's the name is. But so basically you get like the preliminary one that just says, hey, so you passed, good for you. Here's your results. You qualify for bachelor's, you qualify for senior certificate, so on and so forth. And then interesting that it changes. What do you call it? So as I said, I got a bachelor's, and so you get that one, and then like at the end of the year, your high school then gets sent from the Department of Education. Your high school then gets sent your actual proper NSC document and all the proper NSC certificate. And so think of the other one as like just a placement paper, and then so you can get into whatever university if you want to go to the university it's immediately after high school, and all so that you can get into university and everything. And then you get the proper certificate. So it's like, let's say, learner license and then proper license and all. So that's that kind of thing. Learner license, the what's the name one that you get, that's the one you get in January / end of matric year. I can't remember. Either the January after you finish matric, or it's the end of it, the December. I honestly cannot remember, my guys. Whatchamacallit, and then the other one's the proper one that's got all the certifications and everything. That's got all the like documents that say, yeah, you're good. Got the fancy label and everything. So they ask for that. Then they ask for your academic record and the police clearance, as I said, the police check. So I did mine with Free Switch Hulu. Because they're the ones that told me it. So when I'm finally able to register, I will get into it. When I'm finally able to register, they better say, hey, yeah, this is great, and not, oh, we want the proper police one. Because in order to do the proper police one, you got to have a what do you call it? What's the thing called? What's the word? Post office. You gotta have a proper post office, and we don't have a proper post office because you gotta get the documents from the police. That I've never done a proper police clearance, so this is just me. My information about it, as far as I know about it. You gotta get the documents and do it all at the police. They give it to you. They give you their what's the name. Then you gotta send it up to Pretoria in order to get a proper like police check. You know, because there's a police clearance and there's like a actual background check thing. So police clearance is kind of just like a thing that's just like the basic. So I can get that at a police station. You can get that at any police station, whether or not you have a post office or not. So it's just a basic thing that just says, yeah, as far as we can tell, we did a little Google and we did a little check. Looks good, and then you get the proper one, and that's the one they sent to Pretoria. That's the one you got to send to Pretoria through the post office, and then that one is like the proper like this and that, these details, that details, blah 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 blah. So yeah, whatever. And then money to like register. So it's like 200 rand to like do it, and then 50 rand to update it. I'm assuming like if you need to add like a detail or something. So I'm there like tra-la-la, my 2025 says that's all I need. So I'm like tra-la-la, let me like what's the name of it online. And then so I'm doing it, and then so I get all the way to like the almost where you gotta like submit the documents, and it's like, okay, so the documents you have to submit is everything that I just listed: the academic record, the ID, the transcript, what else did I say? The academic record, ID, transcript, academic record, ID, transcript, matric results, the proper matric results. Let me get these and then I'll go home. Your proper matric results, and then the money. And then I was, because that's what I was told. And then they're like, oh yeah, and your certificate. My what? Your certificate. That says you finished your degree. What do you mean that's something you need? That wasn't on the 2025 thing I got. I don't know if they oh yeah, I didn't sell anything. I don't know whether they changed it or what. I think this episode might just be me talking about the whole what's the name. Let me toss these about. So whatchamacallit, and I'm just there like I literally just sat and stared at my screen like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. And because every time you update, you ask for, because it's over 300 rand, and that's a for someone who's unemployed, and that's a lot of money to register for Hoover, and because this would be another thing, because I hadn't given them money yet, so that would have been fine. And if I hadn't if I'd given them money, I would have been more what's name. But because I hadn't given them money yet, I was like, okay, sure, I guess I'll wait until June, because that's when I'm meant to get my results. I'll wait until June. But I had already paid money to get my, because with Hoover you gotta like I keep opening the same chest. So with Hoover you gotta pay to you know what, I'm just gonna keep them here. With Hoover you gotta like pay to in order to get your I see that the diamonds are done. Am I willing to go up there? Yeah, I want the shmoney. Let me just move these out of the way because I don't trust myself. Okay, let me see if I got how much stuff I have for making a few more crystallariums. My parents paid. My parents lovingly were like, oh, you should be able to register for what's the name soon. So let's get you. Here's money. Go. What's the name? Because you can do it. You can do it at any post office. And we don't have a post office where we live. But we have a post office where our parents live. And so when we were visiting for Christmas, they were like, here, go get registered. After the new year. And so police clearances, you can only have them for 6 months. And so obviously, depending on when in June or when before June, I'm going to get my certificate. I then have to, because my certifications are fine, and all of my certifications are 3 months, and also they're currently fine, but obviously they're gonna also expire, but right now they're good, and so I'm just there like, you little bastards, how dare you, the 300 and something rand I have to pay. So now, depending on when in June, I have to, because police certification's free, or going to get certified at least at the police station is free, whatchamacallit, but obviously, this police check, even if I did like the regular police check, and all through the post office, still sickly, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to a doctor soon. Don't worry. Whatchamacallit? So yeah, so even then, that's no matter what the police check, it's only like police check, police clearance, whatever, only 6 months, and all it is, it's what's name, and so that's also money because you got to pay the post office to like send it up and everything, the choice, and then so now depending on when in June I get my certificate or if I'm able to get it before June because I'm not gonna go to my graduation. I don't see the point in it really for me, and all that. I've seen my friends' graduations. One of my friends sent me like videos of her because you can't like have a lot of people for graduations and stuff. I just don't see the point. Maybe if I went to a brick and mortar school, and I went to an online, my university is like an official online school, a South African online school, and all that. So I don't know. Maybe I would have cared then, but I just went through. I've been through so much with my university that I don't think I care enough about like getting. As long as I get the certificate, that's all that matters to me. Plus, it's a drive. It's a 2. I'd have to do it at the one place in Durban, and that's a 3 hour drive. That's a 3 hour drive from us. It's a whole. It's just too much, my guys. It is too much. And all that. Plus, like Kayla would have to, in order to either Kayla or my parents would have to. Damn. Kayla or my parents would have to. Let me just pick up these truffles to what's the name to make space for these little guys. Oh, did it glitch? Whatchamacallit, Kayla or my parents would have to like then take time off to either come pick me up and then take me, or like Kayla would have to cancel her stuff to go through because I don't have a license, nor do the car that we have is like it's a work car and all that, so it's like it's too much of a schlep and all that. You have to go all the way down, and so far I've told like a few people like yeah it's like officially a lot of people know it's officially qualified and all that. It's just this was the first time telling people that the first person from what's the name that I told that like oh yeah I'm not going to my graduation, oh no you should go to your graduation, you're young, blah, blah, blah. I just don't care enough. I don't care about the what do you call it the after everything they put me through. I don't think I care enough and all. I just want the piece of paper. I just want the thing that says yeah you passed and all, you got your qualification and all, and now I have to wait, and depending on how long, then go on, scoot. That's great. That's great. And then depending on how long now I have to wait in order to get it after. So I'm not going to graduation to get it now. Either to get someone to pick it up or to get a courier and all. It's also trying to figure out whether or not do I have to get a courier and all the way to Pretoria to the home office. Can I pick it up from? Can I get someone or can I pick it up from the Durban office? What is going on? No one communicates at my university apparently, and that just and that's not even a lie. No one really communicates for some reason, for some goddamn reason. Because even with my teaching practicals, there was also people not communicating and all that properly. So because okay, so this is for the teaching prac thing and all that, but like I'll do like a proper what's the name, because I think I could talk too much about my teaching pracs. Let me talk about like my final year teaching prac, because I think I don't want to like keep you guys here for forever and all that to film it all in one like video, because I think that would take forever. Plus talking about this and also so yeah, what do you call it? Let me. You guys can stuff in there. Let me throw these in here. Go throw these where they're meant to be. Yeah, see what I'm talking about, like no communication and all that, because my university does not communicate properly. Because okay, so with my university with the teaching practicals and all that, you get 14 practicals because with like I said, it's online school, so they're a lot of the time what's the word? They're mainly focused at what do you call it? They're mainly like focused on like part time. Like I was a full time student, but they're like I think their main goal is like part time people. And let me how many do you need? Oh, we could I'm too lazy to go through all those chickens. Let me just go through the beach, and then so you can like so for my module it was for my degree it was four levels. They don't say years, they say levels. So it was 4 levels each with 10 modules, and then with each level you get a teaching prac. I must keep away from these slimes. And with each level you have a teaching prac, and then so I did my first year's teaching prac in 2019 in my first year of university. I did in 2019, and then in my and then 2024 I want to say is when I did my 2024 2020 no 2023 2024 and 2025. That's when I did the next ones, because obviously 2020 the big C, and but even before that, because I registered for no, stop going there. I registered for my modules in January of 2020. So then I decided, because I did in my first year all 10, the full level, because I wanted to know what is my like limit. I know what's my breaking point. And after I failed one exam, at least 1 out of 10, it's not bad. Looking back at it, not bad. I did cry, because when did they give me my results? Christmas. They gave me my failed result, because they release it as I'm assuming as each thing's done, they release it. And then so for that, the module that I failed, they released it on Christmas. So I'm just there like, I was in tears. I was in real tears, screaming, crying, throwing up. No, actually, that's just the meme. I was crying. but like not the rest. Oh, dinos. Ooh, yeah, sure. Let me just go for old time's sake, you little bastard. See that? It always I take if anyone has any like dino level finding related tricks, please, please, I need them. I need them so much. Because I take forever with the dinos because they're so annoying. But yeah, so in my first year I did 10 modules, and then after that I started doing either 5 modules or 6 modules a year, and then in my final I think it was 3 years I did 4 modules a year. Because those had teaching practicals. Let's teach practicals. So yeah, so what do you call it? So some years like with teaching practicals weren't bad. I know some years weren't bad, some years were okay. Some years were okay. Whatchamacallit. So yeah, so then first year with your first year's observation. No, the very least for my module, for my degree, because I've already phased it out. They're phasing a new one, which is interesting because the new ones they're phasing out. Okay, so when I did mine, you were allowed to you okay, so as I spoke about in like other videos, you got it in the previous video, I think. I can't remember. What do you call? You gotta be like a jack of all trades for primary school. And so for my grades, 4 to 6, 4 to 6. You gotta be like a jack of all trades. And so then you're not like a subject specialist, but you do have subjects that you get as like that you like learn up and one that you get to know, because you do like orientation. I did orientation to like mathematics, orientation into EMS, and I did like a lot of like orientation into this, orientation into that, and then but there's the 4 subjects that you have to pick. No, 2 subjects that you have to 2 out of 4 subjects that you have to pick to be like your subjects and all that you are going to do well, that you're going to do. So it's either social sciences, NS Tech, natural sciences and technology, mathematics, or life skills. And so life skills is like PE, life orientation, arts, drama, all that. So I went with NS Tech and life skills because I did not like because I think it was my first year or my second year, I did the orientation to mathematics, and I did not like it. I did not care for it because some of it's like, I don't know about you. Some of it is like, I don't think I've ever seen this technique before in my whole life. So yes, obviously I don't want to do those. And then social science, I love history. I love history. I did history in high school. Geography, even though it's baby geography, I was never like into geography in high school, and a lot like it was like good enough. But like after the grade 8, I liked it. As I talked about, I had the one teacher that was like strict, but she would like summarize. She would like give us summaries of things to write down and keep repeating summaries. So I did really well. And then I got the teacher that all you had to do was saying like, "Oh, ma'am, how's your son? Where have you gone? How was that vacation? How was your holidays?" And then or how was visiting like here? And then she'd immediately be off track. And then I think I'll get into that in my high school video. Because I'm definitely going to talk about my high school. My high school. What do you call it? So I'll definitely get into that. But like that I got put off of being in of doing geography. But I did teach geography during my teaching practice because like some of the teachers need a lot of the time teaching practicals, and something I need to point out for South African teaching practicals, you don't get paid. I did everything for free. Keep that in mind. I did everything for free. I did it for the education. I did it for my education. But like I like would sub in for like, especially because the last year and all, I subbed in a lot for like social sciences because the teacher that was sick when I was there, so I like sub in for some stuff. What do you call it? Batting. Can you? Thank you. Yeah, well, sure. And then so yeah, so what do you call it? So your first year's observation, you don't need to teach, but you can teach and a lot. And then but they've changed it now where you pick one subject and maths. You have no choice but to do maths. You have no choice. You can do your life skills and maths, your NS Tech and maths, your social sciences and maths. You don't get a choice in not doing maths. And I just want to say I'm glad I finished when I did. But yeah, so they already like phased out my thing. They're phasing in the new stuff. I think it was from last year they phased in the new ones. Like you can't unless you've already started the module, because modules have to degree syllabuses have to like syllabi have to like update and all that. So they've already like phased out my one and all, where you can't unless you've already like registered before whenever, then you can't like do my particular one. And I just know, and they've changed up a lot. Okay, I know I got distracted from the teaching practical one. I think that's gonna have to be its own like video. But let me like talk about let me just talk about like university in general, a bit of university in general, sneak peek into that. Because like since I'm now on this, because one of my friends' younger brothers and all that went into like a degree I'm doing, went into the same age range, and I was trying to figure out why, because he did like a what do you call it? He interned for like some coaching. I'm like, oh, why did he go for? I think it's maths and NS, if I remember correctly. I'm like, oh, why didn't he go for like life skills and all that? You gotta do NS and life skills like I'm doing. And then so he's just like, no, you gotta like do maths. So my friend is like, no, you gotta do maths. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, if he does, it's like, no, it's like compulsory. What do you mean by that? And then so I go and look, and it's compulsory now. And I'm like, no, how could they? And then so one of my mom's friends as well is going into her daughter is going into also teaching with the university I'm at. Well, I was at, and so then she was also like asking me. you have to know I am a certified yapper, and if you ask me for something, and you can tell, and that's why I always answer my comments, and because if you ask me something, I want to give you an answer, and because I try and do it to my like best degree of being able to explain myself, and so a lot of the time I'm like a visual explainer, and I need like a piece of paper, I need like something to be like, oh, that's why I like do like a lot of my zoom ins, and I do a lot of my like woo woo, and because like that's just how like my brain works, that's just how I learn, and that's just how I like to explain things as well. What was I thinking again? Was it this one that I gotta... No? No. Okay, I really gotta figure out who I got the Prismatic Shard from. Maybe I should... But the cowboy. But then again, you can't see my hair. What do you guys think? Should I... Because I'm gonna be spending time in the mines. Maybe I could always, like, swap them in and out. When I'm in the mines. Yeah, so smart, so smart. When I'm in the mines, put this on. And then when I'm out of the mines, wear the prismatic hair. Robin should be done tomorrow. Let me go check. Robin should be done tomorrow. That's not it. I clicked the wrong one, didn't I? I clicked the wrong one. Marlon, I'm sorry. What was I saying? And then, so I was, like, helping her, and I was like, yeah, I'll office until tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, so then we can go to the thing tomorrow. Then might as well just get in bed. And then, so, she was like, she messaged, she's like, hey, your mom gave me, because she's been up to visit, so we, like, talked about it already, and last year we had her, when she was up to visit, and we already like talked about it, and I explained like my like opinions on this, my like what's the names on like, oh, she should do this, she should do that, if she wants to do this, she should do this, and like if she needs anything from about this and that, because even though she's doing foundation phase and I did intermediate phase, it's both going to end up being like similar stuff. Ultimately it's going to end up being something similar, because foundation phase is grade 1 to 3, and also it's all going to like overlap, because a lot of the modules I got like overlapped and all with the foundation phase kids, and even like the teaching practicals, even though the teaching practicals, of course I was doing teaching practicals with intermediate phase, for intermediate phase they like when they had seminars, they do it with the whole every teaching practical like student, and even the postgrad students, and all the PGSE, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, so then now they've also phased out second additional language. And because I noticed that, because she was like, hey, so this is the subject she wants to do, and is she like picking the right things? Because because it is confusing. It is very confusing. And I'm honestly, I'll do a university video next, and then I'll explain the vibes, and but it is so confusing. I'll do like a general, and then if I have time, dip into teaching practical. But I feel like teaching practical, and because I have general issues with with what happened with the university, and I have things to back it up, so they cannot come after me. And I've not said their name. What do you call it? And then with teaching practicals, I have my own gripes when it comes to the teaching practicals. Again, I did not say yours names. Give me my certificate. But they took out the we call it the second additional, and I'm so confused about that. I'm so confused because it took me a whole minute. That's why I had to write it down. So I was talking about a visualer. I wrote it down for her and sent her a picture of the page, because I had to double check. Because I'm like, where's the second additional? And I'm like, okay, so it's this language, because she got confused with the language thing, and she picked some of the wrong modules because of the way they like set it up, and I get it because it really is so confusing. But I'll explain that in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this rambling about me talking about I hope you guys learned a lot about the South African education system and how to get educated to be an educator. And let's see, yeah, so maybe in the next couple videos, it'll be me talking about my university life in general, seeing how long I have with that, and then talking about teaching practicals and all the joys that came with that. I'll talk about the good parts and the bad parts, and obviously, because there obviously were good parts. My first year, I loved my first year. And honestly, there was some scares, but my first year honestly was the best year, and for me. And then, so yeah, so that was something. But yeah, I'll talk about general, and then I'll talk about and it's all going to be specifically talking about me as a teaching student. And also, I don't know if students who did like one of my friends was studying forensics with this university, because it's not just a teaching university. And I know there's other teaching universities. I don't know what it's called now. It changed its name, but when I knew it was Embry. I don't know the others, but you do get schools that like specifically offer teaching and to learn teaching. I know it's changed its name now, but when I was looking at schools, it was called that. It's changed now. I don't know. But yeah, I'll talk about general stuff, and then I'll talk about teaching practicals and general stuff. I'm gonna include my friend stuff, because some of my friends went through so much, and of course Kayla and her issues also with the school, trying to just get into the school, and it was also its own like what's the name, because apparently they lost her documents. I will get into this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys. I hope this is educational to you. I'm hoping I'm teaching you guys. I'm teaching you guys still. I'm still a teacher, guys. I'm still a teacher. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Put thoughts and prayers in the comments. Did you guys like anything interesting? Did I give you guys anything? Did you guys learn anything new? And from whatever I'm talking about, do you guys know much about the South African education system? Because I don't know where a lot of you guys are from. I'm just so a lot of that's why I bring in in case you're not South African, in case you don't know this about South Africa. And that's why I always like try and bring that in, because I don't know obviously where everyone is. YouTube is an international platform, and also I don't know where everyone is. don't put it in the comments just in case, because I think there's policies, and I believe there's policies because that could like that I think that counts under like the doxing policies, even if you're saying it about yourself. So yeah, so just be careful in the comments. But yeah, if you guys learned anything new, or if you guys don't know much about anything, you know what? I'm hoping, or like if you guys didn't know about this, and then and you're learning about it. But yeah, you get to learn about some interesting stuff with me, I guess, about South Africa. I'm definitely gonna do a video about like talking about like South African things, and all things are like, yeah, that's very South African. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.